Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen roadmap update. We've got various Alpha 3.20 updates, mostly sort of looking at cargo, the hull C, ship tractor beams, the formation of new strike teams for various features that will hopefully make development go a bit smoother. We've also got various dev responses on where's the post-mortem, why is Rastar called Rastar, and various changes to the Ares Ion which are now coming in Alpha 3.20. Cloud Imperium have released a roadmap update for Star Citizen. Physicalized cargo updates have now been properly confirmed for Alpha 3.20 rather than just tentatively confirmed. This adds new functionality to accommodate the release of the Hull C. This is both automated cargo loading at the low orbit stations, as well as the new larger 32 SCU cargo containers. Will those 32 SCU boxes only work with the Hull C then? No. Anywhere and any ship you can fit them in. They are movable cargo containers. And how are we going to pick up and move those 32 SCU boxes? In Alpha 3.20, you'll be able to use the existing multi-tool and tractor beam attachment to move those containers. This will be the case until vehicle tractor beams are released. We do also know that Cloud Imperium are working on a larger tractor beam for hand use as well as ship tractor beams. I'm expecting that larger tractor beam to actually be able to move those 32 SCU boxes in the future as well. There was a related question on Spectrum I saw, why so quiet on ship tractor beams? With 3.20 inbound, why haven't we seen anything on ship tractor beams on Inside Star Citizen? No SRV previews for a good while, no in-videos of any tractor beams being used, no dev work or talk about balance videos, just silence. What's up CIG and Jared? Is it such a riveting feature that you're all saving it for CitizenCon? Jacob Capella responded here, hey, vehicle tractor beams are definitely in production currently, as shown on the progress tracker. However, they won't be in 3.20. We will update you on this once we're closer to their debut. There were some updates on the roadmap progress tracker as well. Cloud Imperium are forming some new teams, and there's going to be a push in certain areas, it seems, because of this. So Cloud Imperium say, with this update, we wanted to make you aware of a few upcoming team changes on Star Citizen to better support upcoming tasks and to accommodate the additional development resources coming from our Montreal studio. The USPU, the United States Persistent Universe Gameplay Feature Team, and the SST, Systemic Services and Tools teams, are being reformed into a pair of new teams. These teams will be the NA, North American Persistent Universe Gameplay Feature Team, and the Economy team. The majority of the USPU and SST's tasks will be given to these new teams, though a few will be going to other teams. We'll have more info on these releases and their deliverables and their schedules in the future, but for now we're updating USPU and SST schedules to end in Q3, so we will see updates on the roadmap tracker in the near future with those new teams on. Additionally, we're also introducing the Vehicle Gameplay Feature Team. This team will have a focus on the Persistent Universe and its vehicles, with our existing vehicle feature team remaining on Squadron 42. All three of these new teams will have their schedules updated on the progress tracker very soon, and we wanted to give you an early heads up. I'm actually really excited by all three of those team formations. The Economy team, I want dynamic economy stuff. I want lots of this stuff to be reflected. I want all that gameplay associated that connects all the different elements of Star Citizen together with cargo and manufacturing and shopping and all that jazz. And more refined, focused teams that are focusing on gameplay features. That's always cool, whether that be for actual like entirely new features like hacking or various new gameplay features and the expansion of salvage. More gameplay, more good. A quick little question, where is the 3.18, 3.19 postmortem? So basically every so often Cloud Imperium do a postmortem sort of review of a older patch, patches that they've previously released, and then talk about the sort of trials and tribulations of those patches, what went wrong, what went right, and what they're focused on now, and how they're going to improve the sort of next patch and the lessons learned. Cloud Imperium suggested one of these was coming out soon, and Cloud Imperium say it's still in the works, and we're hoping to have this with you soon. Why is Rastar called Rastar? So this is the developer tool that's used to place buildings very modularly, sort of points of interest, and build them. The name Rastar comes from the combination of Star, for Star Citizen, and RTS, as Rastar uses the same building placement approach as an RTS game. We do know that eventually Rastar will be evolved and made a bit player-facing and be used as the basis for a placement tool for player bases and building in-game. There are some Ares Ion changes coming in Alpha 3.20 now. So Yogi Clat posted in the current Ares Ion megathread that we've mentioned and done some videos on previously. Actually, it's not even just the Ares Ion, it's the Inferno, it's the Ares series that are going to be affected by this. EVOCATI says, "Hey everyone, I asked the weapon balance peeps for the Persistent Universe to pull forward some changes for the Ares weaponry. A tiny amount of aim assist will be added to both Ion and Inferno weapons. That is going to please a lot of people with those ships, for sure. The bearing ballistic Gatlings, size 4 to size 7, so the size 7 that's obviously the one that the Inferno has, the spread there is changing from 0.5 to 1 degree to 0.3 to 0.4 degrees. So the minimum spread is reduced by 40% and the maximum spread is reduced by 60%. And the sort of variable between those spreads is significantly smaller. You'll need to double these values apparently to get an actual spread angle. They should be coming in Alpha 3.20 now. However, these values will probably change again when they move over to the aiming stuff. It's all a new aiming system, but that is still a while off. That should make a lot of people using the Ares a lot happier. That is significant improvements, although we don't know to what extent that aim assist is going to help, but even a small amount should be actually incredibly useful. There was another Ares question. Why are the Ares Ion's cannons, projectiles, going to be relatively slow moving? Shouldn't they be fast? Cloud Imperium responded, once you make the projectiles too fast, they automatically become too viable as an anti-fighter weapon, and we don't want that for the Ares. In Star Citizen dogfighting terms, a higher projectile speed leads to shorter pip distances, the visual offset between the pips and the target, which basically means easier to hit as rotational requirements are reduced. The dev here is a hardcore simmer and very aware of the stats of modern weaponry systems, but it doesn't mean that they're necessarily suitable for the gameplay that they want here. They're going to make the projectiles as fast as they need to give them the gameplay they want for them. And pretty much what it looks like is the larger the weapon in Star Citizen, the larger the size of the weapon, the slower turning and the slower the projectile will be, the less effective it's going to be at tracking smaller targets, the less effective it's going to be as a fighter weapon, right? So size 1 to 3 weapons, very, very suitable for fighting fighters and dogfighting, that sort of stuff. But when you're moving up into like the size 7 weapons, they are much more anti-medium ship, anti-large ship, anti-capital ship. Not entirely in 100%, but that's largely the use case for them. Yeah, and I'm interested to know what you think on that as well. So do you think I'm correct on, I suppose not assumptions, sort of Cloud Imperium have talked about it a few times, that those larger weapons are supposed to be used for shooting against larger and larger targets. Obviously, you do have things like ballistic Gatlings, which are big and just fire a hail of bullets, but they're not going to be great against... maybe they're going to be great if you fire against like a wing of fighters that's coming towards you. You just sort of pepper them. But again, that's sort of more artillery fire, right? You're acting as like an artillery turret or a flak turret. Anyway, that's your updates today on the roadmap and some additional bits that are coming to Alpha 3.20. Are you happy with the changes to the Ares series there, with the additional bit of aim assist and the updates to the spread of the Gatling weapon? Are you okay with the Ares Ion size 7 projectile being relatively slow moving? Are you excited by those new feature teams being formed, or do you think it's not actually going to make much difference, or do you think actually it's going to make the most difference and it shows that they're working on the economy a lot more? Are you expecting to see tractor beams for ships by the end of the year, and are you excited for those 32 SCU cargo boxes? And do you think that's going to cause a load of problems in the verse? People hitting each other with large 32 SCU cargo crates because they can use the hand tractor beams with them? Do you think because there's technically going to be less cargo entities around that we're going to have better server performance because of the addition of the 32 SCU cargo containers? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Are we alone in the universe? The truth is out there, but what if aliens visit Earth, but they're like monsters, and all they do is look through your internet history, judging you, laughing at you with all their alien friends, watching your every move live, and then they send like 1 million ads to you about alien products that you don't want, like those shoes and socks that have a gap between your big toes. No one needs that. But what you do need is nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, which helps you prevent that happening from the more real threat of humans doing the same. It encrypts your internet connection, hides your IP address and location, it has an inbuilt ad blocker, and also helps you gain access to region-based content. You should go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer and get a big old discount. You can also click the links below Every month, we have a ship giveaway. For August, it's for a Crusader Mercury Star Runner with lifetime insurance. This medium-sized, well-armed cargo and data hauler is great for trying out a huge range of what Star Citizen has to offer, a perfect mission runner ship. To be in for a chance of winning, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the description below. There are some amazing people that help support the channel by clicking on the join button under my videos and becoming a channel member or becoming a Patreon with the links below. That helps keep the channel going and producing daily content. Please consider joining their ranks, but commenting, liking, subscribing, that all massively helps too. Thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the verse.